Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time to open the big bad boy up here. Mage Knight Ultimate Edition. You see the beast that it is. We're going to open it up for you guys and find out what's inside the box. It's a beast. We know that. It's huge. So, it includes 7 heroes, 26 scenarios, 5 new cards. It includes the Mage Knight base game, the Lost Legion expansion, the Shades of Telza expansion, and the Craig expansion, plus 5 brand new cards here. The Ultimate Edition, as you can see here, the Lost Legion, the Craig, and the Shades of Tesla. Alright, let's open it up. Oh my gosh, can't even get the cover off. Alright, there you go. So we have, well, that's interesting, the rule book.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like a router issue, so try restarting it. Unplug the router, wait 10 seconds, then plug it back in.
New dual color action cards. Interesting, okay. Lost Legion enemy tokens, Shades of Tesla enemy tokens, and the Dark Crusades. So add a bunch of new stuff. There's the base game tokens, the ruin tokens. Alright. The rule book with enemy token abilities. You can see quite a bit of abilities on there. Summary of combat with enemies. And we'll look at that in a little bit. Here is the expansion rule books. Lost Legion scenarios, the Craig, Shades of Tesla, and the scenario books from them. And then game walkthrough introduction scenarios. Overview, game components. Hey, Al, Red Sox fan, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you drive safely home. Oh boy, there's just a lot of stuff here. So let's see what else we got. Our all right, so we got our looks like a game board here with our. This is our counter matrix for leveling up, and our what you call it? Yeah. Tons and tons of counters and maps and counters and maps. We'll get to that here in a minute. Let's just put that aside. Let's see what else we got in the box here. Woof. We have a box of miniatures. So you have different keeps. You have your different heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heroes. Already pre-painted, looks like. Oh, nice. Not bad. Not bad. Each one looks different. That's cool. There's all the different ones you get. And it comes in a nice little case, so you can just put everything back in the case. Put this back on. You know, your different crystals. And all your special dice you roll. And a bunch of cards. And what else do we have here? More cards. And some baggies. And some more cards, moon cards, some more different cards there. And different cards and more cards. And that's it. Interesting. All right. Let's see what we can get into here as we delve into this. Well, dice, they need to come out of the package. That's for sure. So we'll take these guys out. Alright, so they have one of each of the different mana sources. Blue, green, red, and white. Then there's also black and yellow, which are special. These will also go with the little crystals here. Notice there are blue, white, yellow, green, red, blue, white, red, green, black, and yellow. So that's cool. Let's put those in the baggies so before we lose them. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8 dice. And just a handful of crystals here. Probably never use that many crystals, but it's always nice to have that many. Put these in our bags here. Assuming that's why the bags were in the thing. So we got the figurines. Alright, we'll punch out the rest of this stuff here in a second as soon as I can get these dice in the bag. There's a lot of stuff in here, that's for sure. If you ever wanted to get Mage Night, now is your chance. I'm just letting you know. If you have ever been interested in getting this, you should get it now while the Ultimate Edition is back in stock, so it's not going to cost you $1 million. So we'll punch out all these nice little tokens and our map boards. Nice thick counters. The map board's two-sided. Nope, sorry, they are only one-sided, that's right. One-sided map boards. Shuffle them up, and then they're going to connect different ways, so that's cool. Might just separate these into different. Each one of these boards, I believe, are different color for the different colored mages, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of little tokens, to put pieces to play with, of course. That's always a good thing. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Looks like all the best to you. Yes. So, here we got that. More of these little locations. There we go. Get a stack of those suckers. That's great. It's going to make replayability really high because you're always going to get different things. So as I mentioned, if you've ever looked at Mage Knight, you thought, that looks pretty interesting, I would recommend you get the Ultimate Edition, which includes everything. And right now the Ultimate Edition is back in stock. So it's not going to cost you like $200 or more to get this game. So if you enjoy fantasy, you enjoy role-playing games, if you enjoy adventure games, this might be something you like. You might want to look it up. More tokens, more tokens, more tokens. More things to play with, more enemies, more different kinds of monsters, more kinds of treasures, more kinds of skills, more kinds of mana, more kinds of things to do, places to go, people to see. Fortunately, it looks like there's just going to be a couple different tokens. Oh, this is the dual-sided, so this is your starting. This is your starting one. That's cool. This is a pretty involved game. It will take you some time to learn it. I have watched a few tutorials. I've watched some playthroughs of people playing it. Certainly not an expert at this by any means, but I think being a professional gamer like myself, we should be able to figure it out pretty quickly. More stuff, more tokens. Ooh. Ooh, here's some kind of dial thing. Right. The dial thing. More skills. These are leveling tokens when you level. Great solo game. You were just watching the Lord of the Rings living card game video. Nice one. Arkham Horror living card game versus Lord of the Rings living card game. What is your favorite? For me, it is without a doubt the Lord of the Rings living card game. Basically, they are very similar in design and structure. They both came from Fantasy Flight. They both have the same. The Arkham Horror living card game is basically Lord of the Rings living card game with some new rules and mechanics, and I don't like some of the mechanics. I've never been a big guy for drawing like your results out of a bag, and I've never been a big guy to do that. I just don't like games that do that. Give me a die, roll a die or something. I don't like drawing things out of a bag, but so that's one of the different mechanics, is the whole drawing things out of a bag. Like I said, that personally is one of my least favorite of all game mechanics, is drawing things out of a bag. Just not a big fan of that at all. So that was kind of a turn off for me. I love the Arkham Horror theme as much as the Lord of the Rings theme. But it seemed to me that these scenarios just take too long to play. And the more people, the longer and harder it is. So very, very, very equal games in terms of gameplay. And I think the Lord of the Rings is just easier to play. Does that make it a better game? Well, it makes it a better game for me, because that way I'm not having to spend too much time trying to figure out things or looking up rules in the rule book or anything like that. But I am again in the minority, even though I'm probably right. I'm in the minority. I think most people like the Arkham Horror game more than they like the Lord of the Rings game, because it's got that extra layer that Lord of the Rings doesn't have. I'm dropping pieces on the ground. So I think a lot of people like the that extra layer of complexity, the extra layer of intrigue, whatever you want to call it, that Arkham Horror, the living card game, has. The other advantage is Lord of the Rings is now out of print. They won't be adding anything to it. They've now gone through their cycles, so it's harder to find, and the more time that goes by, the harder it will be to get a hold of things for it. So I've actually ordered a couple of the games, some of the expansions today. So obviously that is another disadvantage to Lord of the Rings. If you're trying to get into Lord of the Rings, it's going to be one of those things where you can probably find the base game and you can probably find some of the expansions, but can you find the whole cycle? So Lord of the Rings comes out with basically a 9-cycle matrix where they come out with one deluxe expansion, which is the bigger, like the bigger boxes, expansions. And then each month they release 6 of the little expansions. The big expansions usually had 3 plus a bunch of cards and everything. 3 scenarios plus all the cards you'll need. And for the cycle. And then you get these other expansions to add to. So, great question. You would think if this is some kind of dial or something. I see a little dial. And this one actually has like a hole in it. These don't have a hole in it, so I don't think these... Not sure about that, to be honest. So what I'm going to try to do is, for Lord of the Rings, I'm going to try and get the base game and the 6 expansions that go with the base game. And then the next 2 big expansions, which are... what the hell is the name of the first expansion was Casa Doom. And the second expansion was... let's find out. It was... the name of Numeria. Something like that. Lord of the Rings, LCG Wiki. Yeah. Just give me the wiki, please. Thanks. Yeah, so Casa Doom was the deluxe first deluxe expansion. It was released in 2011. And then Heirs to Numenor was the second deluxe expansion. Of course, each one of these deluxe expansions comes with 6 additional expansions. 6 of the little mini packs. So I'm going to try and get the base game and the first 2 deluxe cycles with all the expansions, and that'll be kind of hard to find all that stuff, but I think eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to get that done. Like I said, I ordered the 2 deluxe expansions. Now I'm going to start working on getting the little expansions. So yeah, that will be fun to do. Trying to track these down, get them at a decent price. There's all kinds of little pieces here. So, good lord. So each mage has his own like little symbol and stuff. You can see this one's like the yellow guy. Six, 7, 8. I think each one has got 8 of them. 1, Let's see here. You know what? I should probably just put them all in a big bag. Sort them out later. That's fine. So, any other questions? Mage Knight. What do you think? Have you tried it? Have you played it? Have you looked at it? Are you thinking about it? Are you not interested in it? Why? Why are you not interested in it? What do you like or not like? What makes it a turn on or turn off for you? Let me know in the comments section down below. Oh, we got another thing here. I'm still trying to figure out what these little dials are for. Oh, these are going to be what? Overlay tiles? Oh, they got overlay tiles now too. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Then you have hexagons. Then you have circles. Do. So these are all the some of the circles. I guess we should start. Guess we'll start putting them in some baggies here just to keep things halfway organized. All right, so. I think there's what, 7 different mages? Is that what I saw? 7 different mages? It's pretty involved, but good. Yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, the sentiment most people have. Is it is one of these games. There's a lot to go into this game. And so you have to decide, is it something that you want to invest some time in learning and playing and messing up and then replaying it. It does have some great replayability, but it is kind of samey after you're going to be basically doing the same kind of thing over and over again. What are these little guys? Oh, these are the tokens for the different mages. That's what these little guys are. So, yeah, you can see lots of different monsters. A lot of times you'll put this face down, and then, depending on what you have, some monsters will be easier or tougher or harder, depending on what level you are, how much experience you have, what your skills are. And of course, with all the expansions, they add just a lot more of everything, right? More monsters, more ruins, more encounters. I haven't figured out what those suckers are for yet, but we'll figure it out. But we got definitely a fantasy theme going on here now on my channel, because I ordered a couple more things, and we've been playing Lord of the Rings, the living card game. So we are definitely getting into a fantasy theme for sure. You have unpacked and read the rules, but I have not run through the game yet. The parts fit back into the trays nicely. I'm sure they do. I don't use the stupid trays. Never have. Probably never will. The only games I will use the trays for is like card games where if they have like Marvel Legendary if they have like areas. If it's not just if it puts the cards in nice and neat, then I will use cards. I will put them back in there and use those. Having played World of Warcraft and other PC games all my life, it would be a hard transition to this. I tried to play D&D as a kid, and my DM was laughable. Well, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's see what else we have here. Just need a little bag for this. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We got all 7 of them. These go in there. Squares go up there. See how neat and organized I am? See how neat and organized I am? Are you guys jealous? I know you guys are jealous. Just tell me. Just say, yeah, we're jealous of how neat and organized you are. It's alright. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. It's alright. Ah! And then I dropped one. Hey, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Damn, a lot of tokens there. Yes, sir. This is Mage Knight, the Ultimate Edition. If you're just joining us, thanks for coming on by. We have unboxing the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate, because it's the ultimate game. What we're going to do is I'm going to put all these tokens in this bag, because I don't think I need anything bigger than this bag. All these little tokens. You know, I might put these in there as well. There we go. There's a lot of tokens. Yep. How you guys doing? Hope everyone's having a good evening. So we're going to get any chance of a Yankees win soon. No, not on RJL's channel. He cheats against the Yankees, so we all know that. Even though he plays the Yankees every day on his channel, he cheats against them. So lots and lots of good stuff here. Have I ever played Magic? Yeah, I played Magic. Not competitively or anything like that, but I mean, Magic is okay. There's nothing wrong with Magic. I actually got Magic on the computer. I got like the 2014 edition or 2015 edition. Magic is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good card game. It looks a bit like Gloomhaven type organization nightmare. Is it much of a table hog? Not really. It does. What you're gonna have is you're gonna have out your starting piece, right? This is your starting piece. And then you're going to probably have out 2 or 3 more of these in different, maybe more, depending on the scenario, right? So you're going to have out maybe a couple more, maybe something like this. It's all random, right? So that's kind of like, and maybe one more row, depending on the scenario. It's not very big, but you do have a lot of other stuff that you have to put out, right? So you have, where's my little, here's your daylight marker, right? So one turn you take during the day and the next turn you take at night. So you're going to have this out. You're going to have a bunch of cards out on the table. You're going to have a bunch of cards out on your table. not probably, I would say maybe you're going to only have 2 or 3 stacks, but some of the stacks you're going to put like 3 cards out for each of the stacks. These are the ones that you can purchase. So that's going to take up a nice chunk of space for all the cards and this thing. And then you're going to have I don't know what these are, so I don't know if you're going to be using those. Those must be in the expansion. You're going to have some other cards out. If you're playing solo, you're going to have another a fake mage out, and her cards are basically just, you're going to cycle through her cards as like a timing mechanism if you're playing solo. If you're playing with just one mage knight, if you're playing with one mage knight, you keep another mage knight out. So it's going to take up probably this whole table. It's going to take up this whole table. It's going to take up from here probably to here. So you're going to need a pretty good chunk size table. But I mean, I can probably do it on this one if I slide this back a little bit. Slide that monitor back a little bit. I think you can probably do it on like a table like this size. Should be doable. Let's see. Doing great, by the way. Enjoyed playing some hockey outside and playing Grim Dawn. Bleacher Realm RGL has purchased second season football to see if I can use that football game on my channel. He wants to test some of his own football game, of course. And Bleacher Bums Gaming, you can send me some stuff if you need some testing on it. Let me know. Second season is a great game. It's not unreasonably then. No, Frank. Mark. It's not unreasonable, the amount of space. It's not. Because most of the things, right? You're gonna have the tokens on the board, but they're all gonna be like stacked up. Like you're gonna have a stack of all the dragon tokens, and these are all gonna be stacked up. And you're gonna have a stack for the castles and the crypts and the wandering monsters. So you're just gonna have a huge stack of each of these little tokens on the table. And probably what I would do, you're not going to even use that many of these. What I would probably do is just shake them all up. And then just literally grab like a handful, maybe five to 10 of each of them and put them out. Because you're not going to need them all. But you're going to have a big stack of them if you put them all out. It'll be a pretty big stack. You know, here's all the different tokens. So you have to put all these tokens out. But like I said, I just grab 4 or 5 of each of them and put them out because you're not going to use them all. So you need those tokens out. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good size footprint, but cool. You know, the big thing that helps is you got these little map tiles, right? So you just have these little map tiles, and they're just going to expand your map out a little bit. Depending on where you go and what you do and what you see or whatever. And obviously can't go like that. It'll be like this. And then you're going to have another play area maybe over the side. It's going to have your boards and all your decks out. Cards you can purchase. I think that's pretty much it, right? Here's another little round marker. It's really not too complex once you think about it. It's oh yeah, here's another board you need out, right? So you need this board out. which is going to be usually. Let's see if I can get this back in the box. There we go. Put that up out of the way. So normally you have this out, and then you have your decks underneath it, and then you have these stacked up to the side. Then you have your map. Then you're going to have, if you're playing solo, you're going to have another stack of tokens and cards for your AI player. Because your AI player basically does the timing, even though there's not like a character on the board or anything. Hopefully I'll get a game out sometime soon here. It's more of a game of what's the game? How do I want to put this? It's an adventure. It's an adventure game where you're a super powerful mage, right? But it's basically a game built around deciding how to get things done with your cards. So if you look at your cards, say I got these 5 cards out. I got these 5 things I can do during the turn. And so I have to figure out how am I going to be able to get my guy from here to here and kill this guy that's there. Well, I can use the move too on this card, but then I can't use this card for something else. And so it's a game of trying to figure out how to best use your cards and figure out, like what combinations. Okay, well, you know what? I've got a white mana crystal. I can use the white mana crystal on this card, but I could also use the white mana crystal on this card. I could use this card to heal, or I can use it to get a green mana. Is it better to get a green mana or to heal? So it's a lot of trying to figure out. So there's a lot of strategy in just not just playing the game, but like trying to figure out how to be able to do things in the game. So if you don't enjoy that, obviously you're not going to enjoy this game at all, because that's a lot of what it does. There is a lot of cool reference cards, which I'm hoping to show you guys here. So here's all your different there's a lot of reference cards, so you can just look at the reference cards. Like if you're looking at this little piece and you're not sure what it does, there's a reference card for just about everything in the game, which is super good. Here's more of these cards. More of these cards. More of these cards. 2. So you'll get 6 different ways to act during your turn. And so you have to think about what's your goal for the turn? What am I going to be able to do for the turn? Am I going to go investigate some ruins? Am I going to excuse me. Am I going to go to like a monastery and destroy the monastery? On each of these cards, give you different bonuses and penalties. And of course, there's one for day and there's one for night. And you're going to take one turn during day and one turn during the night. And you think, oh, that's one turn. Well, one turn is really a lot of little mini turns. So you're basically going through your deck of cards. So you're going to go through your deck of cards, and you're going to play some cards, and you're going to do your thing, and then you're going to draw back up, and then you're going to play some more cards, and you're going to draw back up, and then you're going to play some more cards, and you're going to draw back up, and then that's usually about it. And then you play those cards, and then that is one turn. So that you would do all that stuff during one day turn, and then it would turn over to nighttime, and then you would do the night turn. And there's some advantages of day turn. There's some advantages of night turn. And I don't know. How is the component quality? It's I wouldn't say it is really good. It's pretty decent though. I wouldn't say it's like the best ever. The card quality seems pretty good actually. The card quality seems pretty good. You know, and nice pictures on everything. The art quality is really nice. You know, pretty decent. Like I said, I wouldn't say it's the best ever, but I would say it's you know, pretty good stuff. I mean, it's enjoyable to look at. The maps are enjoyable. They're not just, you know, they're not super detailed, but I mean, you can see like the ripples in the sand. You can see the waves, or the waves in the ocean. You can see like the water reflections and stuff. You can see the individual trees. You can see the little smoke coming out of the house here. So, I mean, the quality is pretty decent. It's not bad. Big, thick, you know, these are pretty thick and solid, you know, components. I have no problems with it. Like I said, you get the Ultimate Edition right now. You basically get Mage Knight and the 3 expansions for about $80. Mage Knight plus all the expansions for $80. So that's 4 games for $80. That's like $20 a game, which is really good compared to a lot of the other games out there. So you get a really good game with really pretty decent quality components with tons and tons of replayability. You know, here's some more of your cards here. So, like, if you go to a maze, what can you do? So, the reference cards, really good to have these reference cards. Oh, if you go to a dungeon, what do you do? If you go to the mines, what can you do? If you go to the magical glade, there's only like 10 different locations on a card. I don't even know if there's that many, to be honest. Maybe 6 different things you can. But each of the different things is going to be different based upon what's in, you know, what's there. Like if you go to a dungeon, right? You're gonna draw one of the dungeon guys, and you're gonna have to fight a monster in the dungeon. And then you get a reward. You're gonna get a special card as a reward, or you're gonna get an artifact as a reward. And that'll be stuff that'll make your deck better and make your character more powerful. Plus, you'll be leveling your character up each time you go through a thing. You're going to get another card. You're going to level up, and then you're going to get a special ability, and then you're going to level up, and you're going to get a card, and you're going to do this. And normally by the end of the game, you're going to be down here, level 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there by the end of the game. And the game's only like, I think the snares are only like 6 or 8 turns. They're not like super long. When you know what you're doing, it doesn't take very long to play the game, to be honest. Eventually, you know what you're doing. It might take you a few playthroughs, but if you want a nice, involved, deep game, because I know some people don't like boring games. These are wound guards, obviously, and they're just going to go in your deck, and you're going to draw them, and then you won't be able to do anything with them. So. And then, so one of the cool things about the expansion, or the Ultimate Edition, is it comes with one of the components that is supposed to make solo play much better. And I'm not sure which of the expansions it is. If it's the Lost Legion, the Craig, the Shades of Telza. But one of those is supposed to make the solo play a lot easier and better because it adds like a new way to do it or something. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so the expansion overview. The main theme of this expansion is General Volcari. You will find his figure and large tokens, as well as several new scenarios that feature him. Volcari usually represents the ultimate enemy, similar to cities, except that in most scenarios, Valkyr moves around the map with his huge army, and the players have to avoid him until they get strong enough to confront him. So that must be the Lost Legion, is basically about having this ultra powerful dude with his army running around. Alright, let's see if we can find out what the other expansions. Oh yeah, because he's got his own little figure even. Alright, there's a bunch of rules on there. Here's the scenarios for him. Alright, Craig. Let's look at Craig. Alright. Alright, the Craig includes a painted miniature, a hero card, 16 basic action cards, 2 skill description cards, 11 skill tokens, 6 level tokens, 20 shield tokens, and 1 order turn marker. And it looks like it's just the Krang, Krang, Krang. That looks like it just adds a bunch of new stuff to the game. A new guy, some new cards, some new tokens, you know, like, and a new explanation on a few things. So, the Shades of Tesla. I think this is the one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is one because this is the one that comes with those dials and some more cards and some more tokens. Let's see if it'll give me like an overview. New enemy tokens, new enemy abilities, faction tokens, Hidden Valley location markers, and the scenarios. The Realm of the Dead solo. Yeah, see. So some of these are competitive, some are cooperative, and some are solo. Hidden Valley solo. No, we'll figure it out. There's the expansion rulebook, the game walkthrough book, which I think comes in the base game. And it basically takes you step by step on how to set up a game and play the game and what you do step by step so you can learn how to play. So it's supposed to be like programmed instructions. So that's super cool. And like I said, there's lots of little reference cards, two-sided, with all the different information on them. I don't know. We're gonna play it. We're gonna try it out. There's new background cards here, so they do something differently. All kinds of different cards here. I'll have to just read through it and figure it all out. So it'll take a little while to get it, but I'm hoping we got a couple more games coming. So I don't know. I don't know when it's coming on the channel, but hopefully. Where's my box? Here's my box. So where in the hell are you supposed to put the cards? Like, seriously. I guess the cards go over here maybe, like that. Give me the rest of the cards, please. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, not a big... I hate these plastic inserts. Because, like, if you sleeve the cards, then there's not enough space. It's just a never-ending battle of attrition to try and figure out how to get your game back in the box. I don't own Axis and Allies, so I can't play that for you. I try to play lots of different things on my channel. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just depends. I just try to get in a mood where I can play something. Sometimes I play the same thing over and over again for a while, and then I move on to something else. But yeah, I like playing a lot of different things myself as well. So, I got these little sports dials. Still don't know what the hell this thing is for. I have to read the rules, I guess. Ugh, rules. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I've played Axis and Allies many times. Many times, just I haven't played it in a while. So we're just going to dump all this stuff back in there. Like I said, last time I'm going to tell you guys, though, is if you're interested in this game at all, right, it came back into print with the Ultimate Edition right now. So you can get it pretty reasonably priced. Right now, it's kind of reasonably priced. Once it sells out again, it'll be another one of these pain in the asses to get. So, all right, that is the Ultimate Edition. You saw it here live and in person once you get, and hopefully someday we'll actually get this on the table and try it out. So I would say we're going to do it sometime. I'm not sure if it'll be soon or not. I've got a few other things that are on my plate right now. I've got Shadows of Brimstone. I've got, let's move this over here. Got Shadows of Brimstone. We got the Lord of the Rings replay that we're going on right now. We got Talisman going on right now. We got another game coming in tomorrow that we're working on that I think I'm going to get to the table right away. So, of course, I want to play Marvel Legendary again. I got all these things sitting here queued up, ready to go. I have Marvel Champions and Arkham Horror living card game if you want to see me play those. Yeah, RJL 518. He's got Marvel Champions and Arkham Horror. You should bring them on your channel and see how people like it, man. You never know. Arkham Horror sounds awesome. You assume Batman related? No. I know I got too much stuff. Yeah, I know it. All right, I got to run, guys. The wife is calling me for dinner, so we will see everyone next time. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Go check out RJL 518. I'm sure he's going to be running the game tonight. Mark and World's Worst Gamer, Bleacher Bums Gaming, Jay, Al Red Sox fan. Everyone have a good evening. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.